I know we're going to talk about cures again, and I was trying to remember what I wanted to talk to you about, and because I've looked into it, and it's very interesting. Haploinsufficiency is what it's called. When you diploid is when you have both copies of a gene. Haploid is when you only have one. Not all diseases work this way, where you need
two efficient, effective copies of it. Yeah.
The thing that I was most gratified, Becky, is that, and we're just blowing up the script, but it's not only necessary in early development. Whenever you get it, it works. And that's why
we haven't proven it out completely.
Somewhat.
We haven't proven it out completely. There have been some studies and some trials that have been run on, some early studies that have been run on humanized mouse models and others that suggest that no matter
when you do it, you could be 20 years old. Yeah.
We hope. We don't know that.
There's some early, obviously, many developmental diseases. If you pass certain milestones early on, it's hard. But in this case, I think there's definitely. We are going to. Let's do it.
Thank you for looking into it, because you're right.
But I didn't realize at the time that the SYN and SYNGAP stands for synapses. So this is the most important, not just in the development of synapses at work, which are your entire brain is binary. The synapse either fires or not. So you look at all the synapses, you look at all the plasticity that you have in seeing green and feeling love. All that's from a binary system, which is unbelievable. So the way synapses work and the plasticity of synapses is the most important thing.
Yeah, and now we do know that plasticity is greater when you're younger. And we don't know if there's a cutoff date, but they have run.
You learn throughout your life, though.
Right, right. So I do believe there's the ability that if we can increase the SYNGAP production in Kaylee's brains and the brains of other Syngapians, that there is a real term,
Syngapian?
Syngapians. That's what we call.
I was surprised to see that a lot of epilepsy is actually traced back. It's one of the more common causes of seizures.
And we also think, even though there's only been 1,707 cases identified around the globe of it, we think it's a much larger population.
I just don't see why it's so hard to supply the other 50% of the SYNGAP protein.
We can do it in the lab. We can do it in mice models, and they've done it effectively.
Is it what Scott said yesterday in terms of proteins get broken down immediately, or the immune system goes after protein, and it's got to cross the blood-brain barrier?
It has to cross the blood-brain barrier, which is very tricky.
I'm sorry.
Look, the thing is that the science is really progressing at an incredibly fast pace, and that's what gives me and so many others.
Gene therapy looks like the possible.
That would be a one-and-done sort of solution. In the meantime, there are other things that we're hoping that can be therapies. But yesterday on this program, we launched CNBC Cures. That's a new initiative that's focused on rare disease. And I just want to thank everyone who reached out. We did get an incredible response, both from friends of the show and from viewers. We saw this in terms of people who reached out to me directly or others at CNBC directly. And by the way, I have not nearly gotten through all the emails and the texts that have come in. I'm sorry if I haven't responded to you yet. I will try to get to everyone. It was also an incredible turnout just in terms of the social media comments and sharing the story of my daughter Kaylee's life with this rare genetic disease. It's called SYNGAP1. That's what Joe was just referencing. It was a really tough decision to make, to share that story. But the response that we've gotten, that overwhelming response, has really given my family faith that this was the right thing to do. It's so hard to do, particularly when you can't ask Kaylee what she thinks about doing this. But we do think that we have a real shot of improving the lives of so many families, including a lot of families that don't have the same resources and advantages that we have. And so this has really given us a great hope that there's a lot that we can do. What was most gratifying was hearing from so many others who are also walking this rare disease path. It turns out that rare is not so rare after all, and I kind of knew that heading into this. The response really tells me that, and it gives me hope that this journey can be a lot less lonely for all of us if we can come together. If you haven't done so already, we'd like to invite you to join this community that we're building at CNBC Cures. To do that, you can check out our podcast series, which is called The Path. It's available on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also subscribe to the Cures newsletter, which is out weekly starting today. Thousands of people have already signed up, and you can join us in person for the inaugural CNBC Cures Summit. That's going to be taking place in New York City on March 3rd. To do that, you can go to cnbcevents.com/cures, and that's where you can register. And Joe, thanks for looking into that. It means means a lot.
Well, I just was trying to figure out.
I don't know the science. Otherwise,
Are you trying to?
No,
is it at a point where you're doing this for people to try to make sure that people in your position in the future, have hope, or do you have hope? And I think you have hope yourself. It's possible to have hope.
Some hope, but I will tell you that
You're realistic.
Time's the enemy on this, and the older you get, the longer you wait. The tighter the aperture.
But looking into it, that language and everything else, it may not get to 100%, but it can get.
But I think we can see serious improvements.
Right.
I believe that's the case. I do think the younger you are when you address this, the better it happens. And that's because if you look at the brain of a syngapian, the dendrites really flare out, right? And part of what we do every day, this is crazy in more detail than probably anybody wants, but part of what we try and do every day is give Kaylee an Epsom salt bath to reduce inflammation, to try and keep her as healthy as we can for as long as we can, while they are working on potential cures for these things. And a friend of mine, whose child had a brain tumor, when she looked at the brain cells of a syngapian, the first thing she said was, "This looks like the brain cells of a child who has had a brain tumor and received radiation," because that's the kind of damage that it does in the meantime. And that may be what leads to autism. And autism is such a wide spectrum.
This is not, is it?
No, the SYNGAP itself?
It's not. There's not a wide spectrum.
There actually is.
There is.
There's a wide range of outcomes depending on where it happens, on which exact mutation you have.
Right.
I know syngapians who can speak pretty well. Some have seizures constantly, some don't. So there's a wide gap of outcomes depending on which mutation you have on this as well. But yeah, we're very hopeful. And I really am overwhelmed by the response, and I do thank you all.
We heard from people on your behalf.
Yeah.
We did.
Remarkable.